It's June 2013, at a chaotic birthday party for Elon Musk. A 350-pound sumo wrestling world champion has been flown in to entertain the guests. Musk, in a typical display of bravado, manages to throw the wrestler, but leaves the mat with a broken neck. Away from the wrestling, in a quiet corner of the room, Google founder Larry Page was whispering to a 36-year-old British man named Demis Hassabis. Page was pressuring Hassabis to build a singular AI empire. Musk, listening nearby, overheard the plan. Musk was terrified. He viewed Google's pursuit of this technology as summoning the demon and began publicly describing Hassabis as an evil genius. To block Google's path, Musk joined forces with Sam Altman to fund a rival lab called OpenAI. It was a direct response to Hassabis. That single party ignited a multi-billion-dollar race to build artificial general intelligence, a machine capable of matching or exceeding every cognitive task the human brain can perform. Demis Hassabis is the man leading that race. He recently won the 2024 Nobel Prize in Chemistry for solving a biological puzzle that remained a mystery for half a century. His ultimate objective is AGI, a machine that functions as a universal problem solver, capable of mastering any skill that currently requires a human mind. We are now forced to consider what happens to our civilization when our most powerful technologies are no longer directed by human hands. As a child, Hassabis was a world-class chess prodigy, but at age 12, after a grueling 10-hour match against an older grandmaster, he suffered a devastating loss. Looking at the tournament hall the next day, he felt the collective brainpower in the room was being squandered on a board game when it could be solving medicine or physics. He theorized that the universe is composed of complex patterns. If he could build a machine to recognize those patterns, it could solve the physical world. This led to the founding of DeepMind. DeepMind's first breakthrough came when they gave an AI the game Pong. They provided no rules and no instructions. Through reinforcement learning, the AI learned through trial and error. Every miss was a negative signal. Every hit was a reward. The machine eventually mastered the game, proving that a computer could learn to win without any human guidance. DeepMind soon moved to the game Go, which has more possible board positions than there are atoms in the universe. It is too complex to solve through raw calculation alone. In 2016, DeepMind's AlphaGo played a high-stakes match against South Korean legend Lee Sedol, a national hero who had spent his life mastering the game's subtleties. During the match, the AI played Move 37. It was a maneuver so unexpected that it fell outside the 2,500-year history of human Go strategy. Sedol was so shocked he had to leave the room. AlphaGo won the match 4-1, demonstrating a form of alien intuition that experts had predicted was still decades away. Hassabis then applied this logic to protein folding. Every cell in your body is built from proteins, and their function is determined by how they fold into 3D shapes. For 50 years, scientists were unable to predict these shapes accurately. The complexity is astronomical. A single protein chain can fold into 10 to the power of 300 different configurations, a number so large it dwarfs the complexity of the game Go. DeepMind's AlphaFold AI can now predict these shapes in seconds. It has mapped 200 million proteins, earning Hassabis the 2024 Nobel Prize in Chemistry. The same logic that learned to hit a digital ball had now successfully mapped the three-dimensional architecture of the molecules that sustain human life. But as DeepMind solved biology, they were ambushed by OpenAI's release of ChatGPT. It reached 100 million users in record time, shifting the focus of the entire industry toward language. DeepMind had prioritized scientific problem-solving, but OpenAI utilized transformer architecture. Instead of reading sentences word by word, transformers process entire paragraphs in parallel, allowing them to digest massive datasets at unprecedented speeds. These systems don't understand the meaning of words. They calculate the mathematical probability of what the next word should be. They treat human language as just another pattern to be optimized. This forced DeepMind into a trillion-dollar corporate war for AI commercial supremacy, moving the technology out of the lab and into the global economy. Hassabis still carries his Nobel Prize in his bag, maintaining that his goal is scientific discovery, not the accumulation of power. However, He admits that once an AI can solve science and economics better than any person, it will bypass the human systems we use to organize our world. At that point, the machine becomes a force far more influential than the governments and economies we currently rely on. This is the Oppenheimer parallel. History repeatedly shows that the brilliant minds who invent ultimate power rarely get to decide how that power is used. When AGI finally plays its equivalent of Move 37 on our society, we may find ourselves checkmated before we realize the game has changed.